I want to get a bit relaxed here, folks. Does that suit the mood? Anyway, look, the following story is based on true events. It took place some 14 years ago when I was about a 16-year-old boy. And it begins like this. 'Twas the dead of night. No, not yet. Later for effect. I found myself, I was with my friend Chris from high school, and at 2 in the morning we were wandering the streets as 16-year-olds characteristically do. And we were actually walking down behind, in a car park, deserted and desolate, behind a strip of shops. Now, at the base of all these buildings where the shops were the car parks, underground car parks. And they were just kind of like concrete enclosed garages, I suppose, but they didn't have any gates or doors on them, so they weren't locked up overnight or anything like that. So we were wandering along, and I thought to myself, I had a brainwave, I thought, I'm going to make Chris shit himself. So without any kind of warning whatsoever, I just ran off on him. 2 in the morning, ran off on my friend in the pitch black car park, ran off ahead and darted left into one of these concrete enclosures where during the day cars would normally be parked. Now, I ran straight in there, not even thinking. Now, it was pitch black inside there. Let me tell you how black it was. I'm talking Ace of Spades, Wesley Snipes, all that. It was dark, right? I got in there, I ran about 4 or 5 strides in, and I promise I couldn't see anything, right? And when I got to that point, I kind of thought to myself, this probably wasn't the best idea. Because right then what happened was, I heard this kind of like a frantic kind of rustling sound. I didn't know what the hell was going on, I couldn't see anything, I had no idea what it was. I was terrified, goosebumps, everything, right? So I turned around and I bolted out of there. Now, it took me about 4 strides to get in. I'm telling you, folks, it took me about 1.5 to get out. Right, and I ran out there terrified. I imagine, I couldn't see my own face at the time, but I imagine what it looked like. I ran up to Chris, thinking I was being chased out by some kind of sex-crazed homeless man determined on raping me, or like, I don't know, a monster of the night, or some kind of creature that had congealed in the corner of the car park, I don't know, but I ran it up to Chris, terrified, and Chris was still kind of unawares as to why I'd even ran off on him in the first place, right? He sees me kind of running out like this, what happened, man, what happened, what is it? And I'm speaking in tongues of fear, like, and I turned around to see what had chased me out of that place, and it wasn't a rapacious homeless man, it was no monster, it was a possum. I was chased out by a possum, folks. So I turned around to face that possum, and he looked at me with his beady little eyes, and he said, oh.
Again,
That's what he said. The whole thing was true except for that bit, like he didn't say that. He was Possums don't laugh like Vincent Price, I'm sorry. Thank you, folks.
I think we have all been terrified by animals in the